Hey everyone, welcome to day 4. I am Tiffany Thomas with WealthyTiffany.com, and did you know that I was able to make $5,000 off just one stock? It's true, and it's not the only amount of money I've been able to make in individual stocks. And we are on day 4 of the 12 days of stocks. You have full control when you are investing in stocks. So before we dive in, tell me how much control you like having. Are you a bit of a control freak? Do you want 100% control all the time, no matter what? Or maybe you don't want to make all the decisions. Maybe you want to, be at 50% in control. So tell me how much control you like having. I'm curious to know. What about the TV remote? Do you want full control over that? Or maybe you want full control over what you are spending your money on? And even if you're watching the replay today, tell me how much control you like having. Tell me in a percentage you like having 100% control, or maybe you just like having 50% control. Let me know in the comments. And stay with me for today and the next 8 days. And I'm going to reveal the full scoop on stocks. And even though we are going to be sharing some interesting facts about each other, the real reason you should stick around is because of all of the mind-blowing information I will be sharing to help you start to understand how to invest in stocks and make money from them. I am Tiffany Thomas, like I said, and I have helped individuals like yourself go from completely confused about the stock market to confident investors. And stick with me long enough, and you may start to smile a bit more. It's true. All right, so day 4 is all about having full control when you are investing in stocks. So the first point that I want to talk about is when you buy a stock, you have full control over when you buy that stock, when you purchase that stock. So what exactly does that mean? If you are thinking, I should buy stocks, and then you have the option to buy a stock right then, right? So you're not waiting on anyone else to buy the stock for you. You don't have to contact someone else and tell them what you want and then wait for them to process the order. It's when you want to buy the stock, you actually get to purchase the stock. And just as an example, say if you wanted to buy Facebook stock, then you can set up an account and purchase Facebook stock whenever you want to. So maybe you saw it drop down a little bit and you want to purchase, you can go ahead and do that. You have full control when you are buying stocks, when you're investing in stocks. And just to give a comparison, so on the other hand, if you're buying a fund, which contains a whole bunch of stocks inside of it, inside the fund, that fund, it could change the stocks that it has inside at any point. So, it's great when you're buying your own stocks because you have that full control on exactly what you're buying. And instead, when you're investing in a fund, you don't really have control over what stocks are going to stay in that fund. Some could be added or some could be taken out. It kind of just depends on how the fund is being run. And if you want help exactly on how to buy a stock, don't worry. I have the perfect course for you, Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours. And you can check that out at buyyourfirststock.com. And I walk you through each step on how to actually purchase your stock. So give me a yes if you can think of a stock that you might want to buy right now. If, there's a stock going in your mind right now, I want to know. Tell me yes in the comments. And, now I'm curious. So tell me yes if you're thinking of a stock and then comment with which stock it is. I'm curious to know. Maybe you have, that certain stock that you've been eyeing for a while, but just aren't really sure how to purchase it or if it's a good idea. So comment with the stock that, you might want to purchase right now. I would love to know what it is. Okay. And then let's move to point number 2. So you also have full control over when you sell your stock. So you have control when you're purchasing, and then you have control when you're selling as well. If you no longer think that stock is a great investment, then no problem. You can go ahead and sell it whenever you want. So just as an example, maybe you bought, Blockbuster a while ago or something, and realized they weren't really keeping up with the market and you wanted to sell that stock. So no problem. You would just log into your account and sell that stock whenever you wanted to. And unlike funds, remember funds have a whole bunch of stocks inside of them. So they can sell those stocks whenever they want to at any point. And when you own individual stocks, you know exactly what you own every day. It's exactly what's in your account. And if you own a fund, then, all you get is a report every 3 months that shows you holdings at the end of each quarter. And that can often contain holdings that were just purchased, because the managers want you to think that those stocks have been in that fund the whole time, the entire quarter. And, poorly performing positions can be sold right before the quarter end to kind of hide what was in the fund. And, you don't really have control over that. It's whoever is managing that fund, the fund manager. But with individual stocks, you always know what you have and how it's performed. And it's a much more transparent system because you know which stocks you have and how many you have of each stock. And, in my course, Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours, I go over when it could be a good time to sell your stock. So maybe if you're wondering, when do I know when I should sell a stock? I'm a little nervous about that. I do go over that in my course. And if you like the idea of having full control over when you buy and sell your stocks, your investments, then give me some yeses in the comments. I want to see some yeses. Even if you're watching the replay, comment with yes if you want to have that control over knowing when you bought the stock and when you sold the stock. And tell me in the comments, maybe you are thinking to hold a stock for a long term. So tell me in the comments maybe how long you're looking to hold stocks for. Maybe you want to hold it for 40 years or indefinitely, or maybe you just want to hold it for 1 year. I'm curious to know kind of where your perception is on how long you want to hold these stocks. Okay, and let's move to the next point number 3. So you have control over how diversified you are with stocks when you're investing in individual stocks. Since you are controlling when you buy and sell your stocks, you choose how diversified you want to be with your portfolio, right? With your investing. Diversified means, having different investments, which is meant to actually help reduce risk when you are investing. Just for an example, maybe you want to be a little diversified. So maybe you just want 3 technology stocks and, 3 retail stocks, just for a quick example. And since you are in control of when you buy and sell your stocks, then you can buy all 3 technology stocks at once and all 3 retail stocks at once. Or you can do it over, the process of a full year. It's up to you. You have control. And if you are investing in a fund instead of these individual stocks, then you don't have control over when these stocks are bought and sold and exactly how diversified you are. There's, some different stocks or some different funds out there that can switch out different stocks quite often. So you don't really have that control when you're investing in a fund, unlike when you're investing in individual stocks. And honestly, if this sounds a little overwhelming, you can check out my course because I break it down very simply. It's step by step in order, and there's tutorials on everything that you need to know in order to purchase your first stock. So you can purchase your first stock and do it over and over again. So give me some yeses if this video series that I've been doing has piqued your interest for investing in stocks. I am curious to know if you're considering investing in stocks for your investments, or if you're maybe still on the fence about stocks. I want to see some yeses in there if you are interested in investing in stocks. And do you know maybe how many stocks you would want to buy? I'm curious if you kind of have a feel for how many you want to buy. So if you do, just comment with the number of stocks that you would want to purchase, you would want to invest in. And if you don't know, no problem. Just say not sure, right? I'm just curious. I want to get a feel for, for those of you that may know how many stocks you want to have in your portfolio, or if you're really not sure. So just put in the comments how many stocks you want to have, or if you're not sure, just put not sure. Okay. And let's move to point number 4. Since you have full control, you know exactly what you're investing in, right? So when you're buying and selling stocks, they are all in your account, and you know exactly how many stocks you have and how many shares of each stock you have, the number that you have of each stock. And no one else is in charge of your investment, so there's no hiding stocks in different funds or something. You know exactly what you bought, what you have in your investment. Stocks are very straightforward, so what you purchase is what you own. And when purchasing funds, which have a whole bunch of stocks inside, that's not very transparent because they can sell a stock inside that fund at any point or increase that percentage of that certain stock. And just to give you an example, so maybe you want to buy 100 shares of Google. So you can, log into your account and select Google and select 100 shares of Google. And maybe you want to add to your portfolio, your investment, 100 shares of Facebook. So you would just log into your account. You could see exactly how many shares you have. And maybe you've only bought, 90 shares of Facebook. So you could go ahead and buy another 10 shares of Facebook. You have that control. And my course, Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours, gives you the exact instructions on how to purchase your stock, how to set up your account, log in, and actually make that purchase of any stock that you want to buy. So you can check that out at buyyourfirststock.com. And give me a yes if you would like to know exactly what you bought instead of wondering what happened to the money that you've spent. So I want to know, if you like knowing exactly what you spent your money on, what you have bought, because stocks really shows you that, right? You log into your account, you can see exactly what you bought. So give me some yeses if you like to know exactly what you bought, even though maybe sometimes you log into your account and think, oh, where did that money go? So give me some yeses. And you guys, if you find this information helpful, please share this video with others so that they can benefit from this information as well. All right, let's do a recap on today's video. We talked about having full control when investing with stocks. So the first thing that we talked about is you have control when you buy stocks, when you purchase stocks. The second thing we talked about is you have control when you sell your stocks. The third thing we talked about was you have control on how diversified you are with your portfolio. And the fourth thing we talked about is you know exactly what you're invested in when you are investing in stocks. You can log into your account and see exactly what your investments are. And if you want help buying stocks, investing in stocks, creating that first portfolio, so that you can have that control, then for sure check out my course, Buy Your First Stock in 48 Hours, so that you can get the step-by-step instructions. And I will see you guys tomorrow on day 5, which is about how simple it is to buy stocks. And I'm going to be sharing a little method with you, so it'll be really exciting. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5.